But we have a great story coming up. The LA Clippers begin a new era with the NBA season opening next week.
Nothing gets in our way. Boom! Keep coming. Hardcore. The hardcore Clippers. That's us.
Wish he had energy.
Irrepressible. The enthusiastic new owners, former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer, he paid $2 billion for the team. That is 3 times more than anyone else had paid for an NBA franchise. Ballmer left Microsoft in February after 14 years as CEO. He remains the company's biggest stockholder and is with us now in Studio 57. Welcome.
Thanks, Charlie.
You have not lost your enthusiasm, have you?
No, sir.
Yes.
A born salesman.
Yeah, a little bit.
So why do you want the Clippers? Why did you pay that much money, and what are you going to do with them?
Well, I love basketball.
Yeah, I know
There's
that.
just no sport as great as basketball. The poetry, the speed, the decision making. I just love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And for me, to be involved is a heck of a lot of fun. That's number one. Number two, if you told me where have a team, if I could have one,
Right.
I would have said my home in Seattle or Los Angeles. And somehow one of the LA teams came up for sale, so I grabbed. Well, we all know that story.
Yes.
But I grabbed at that
You
opportunity.
paid what you had to pay to get a basketball team.
Yeah, and I paid what I had to in Los Angeles.
And you had
Los Angeles.
You failed in previous efforts to buy teams, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I tried. It's like everything, Charlie. It's version 3 before we get it right. It's my third bet.
All right, we all got a lot of questions.
Yeah,
We'll open it
Steve,
up.
I can now wish you well, but in the beginning I have to say, I was heartbroken. You broke my heart because I just knew David Geffen and Oprah Winfrey were going to get that team. I just knew it. So when you heard they were in the running, did you just come up there with a big checkbook and say, "Okay, Shelley and Donald, what do you want?" Is that how it went down? Take us behind the scenes.
I came wanting the team. I
did too.
I had no clue how to do this, and I don't think anybody else did. Now, it all got kind of cobbled together, but I came and introduced myself first.
Yes.
Because I figured everybody else, Geffen, they're all in LA.
Yes.
I just figured I better introduce myself. Like,
Yes.
hello, I've come
I'm
from
Steve.
Seattle.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I knew what I was willing to pay, what I wanted to pay, or was willing to pay.
Were you
anyway.
willing to pay anything for the team? That was the rumor we heard. What was your cutoff?
Oh, come on. You don't ever go back and reveal your negotiating strategy.
Yes, you do.
No, because then you can't play a hand the next time. You got to keep playing poker.
But I had
in
my
life.
Clippers outfit all picked out, but I really am happy for
And
you.
I want you to wear it when you come out and support us, Gail.
You'll have a seat on the.
You got Clipper blue on today. I kind of like that.
I know.
Shelley Sterling said that you came in and you were like a little child when you spoke with her.
That's what she said. No, she was very gracious with me during the process. I just tried to say, hey, I really want to own this team. Yeah. I have no intent to move it to Seattle, despite the fact that Seattle is our home. I'll commute down, and I love basketball. And whatever's gotten us here, we're going to try to take the Clippers up to the next level.
Did the controversy? Go ahead.
No, you have to share your arena.
We do share arena. But that's kind of was part of the game. For me, that was a feature, at least for now, to not have to think about building an arena when buying a team, because Seattle, Milwaukee, some of the other situations I looked at, building an arena is a big project. I was glad to buy a team, and then we can worry about arenas.
What's interesting about this is you bought a damn good team.
Yeah.
A damn good team. Yes, we are very good, and we have one of the most, not only one of the best, but one of the most exciting teams. We got the top coach.
Right.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
What do you eat in the morning? What do you drink? Why are...
And he's
I don't want to sound like
forever.
a Starbucks commercial, but it's got a lot of caffeine in it.
Steve, this is Howard Schultz is thanking you right now.
All right.
But this is the thing. Mark Cuban said to you, have fun and just be yourself. And I read as a kid that you were a shy kid. I find that so hard to believe when I look at you sitting here today. Your enthusiasm is infectious, really. I love
And was
this.
well known at Microsoft as well. This is not new.
Yes. Yeah, this is not new. This is not new.
I was actually quite a shy kid. I was quite a shy kid.
What happened?
I think what happens with me over time is I get my confidence doing something, and then it builds, and then I'm fine, and then something new comes along, and you never quite go back to the way you were when you were 7. I mean, literally, if my friends' parents, fathers were home, I was too shy to go in the house.
Okay. You're the largest stockholder at Microsoft. You've been the CEO there. You were there from the beginning. They wanted you to leave as CEO, and how hard was that?
No, actually, nobody wanted me to leave as CEO. We had a lot of tough discussions about whether to buy Nokia.
Right.
It's a big decision for a company. It's
And
been a
you
software
wanted
company
to.
yes, sir. And I'd been talking to our board about it for a while, and I think it's been well chronicled. We had some dust-up type discussions.
Some discussions.
And I had been thinking there were only two scenarios. Number one, buy it and then do the transition. Or number two, if the board didn't want to buy it, fine, that might be a good time for transition. But what we really went through was buy it, but in a tough discussion, I said, maybe it's better to hand it to a successor now. They said, we'd like you to stay. I said, no, let's do this now. Let's make a transition and then let Satya Nadella, who wound up being chosen as my ultimate successor, really build this next generation of Microsoft that's about the cloud and it's about mobile, it's about hardware, and it's about software.
Are you and Bill Gates on good terms today?
We've dusted up in our lives many times, and that kind of stuff happens. But
That didn't
we've
answer
done
the
it
question,
before.
Steve.
We've done that before.
Okay.
We've done that before.
The person who succeeded you, Satya Nadella, just got in some hot water recently at a women's tech conference, said, it was bad karma for women to ask for a raise.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember the precise quote, but it's one of these things. When you're the CEO of a big company, you have to be thinking about sort of 7 dimensions of everything you say. Satya spoke about his personal experience was actually he allowed good karma to happen and good things happen to him. And he was very fortunate, and that's his genuine belief in life. But you do have people who don't necessarily get a fair shake through the process, and particularly a group of women in technology, that's probably a tougher place to be. And so relating his personal experience, probably not what that group needed to hear at that time, despite the fact that, it would be a nice world if things worked that way, and it did work out well for Satya, and he showed he's a lovely human being, actually.
What was your biggest achievement at Microsoft and your biggest disappointment?
I joined Microsoft when we were 30 people, $2.5 million in revenue, and I don't know, a few hundred thousand of profit. We grew from that to when I left, 80 billion in revenue, 28 billion in profit, and 100,000 people. And every step of the way, I was part of 1 or 2 guys, me and Bill, making that. That was our child. We built the PC business. We sort of created the PC. We transformed the way businesses compute. And in this day and age, we don't have as big a mobile presence as we need
So
to.
the biggest mistake was not appreciating mobile?
It's a little more complicated than that, but all along the way, we appreciated mobile. But we're not winning in mobile. There's a difference between saying, hey, you were asleep, and saying, hey, you didn't put the formula together right.
Steve,
We
we
didn't.
appreciate it if you send the private plane to pick us up, to take us to the first game. We would be greatly appreciative of that. For the just throwing it out there, do with it what you will.
If we're sitting courtside.
Yes, we must have courtside.
Anything else I can do to tend to your needs, you let me
can
know.
sell
We
CBS
try to
This
be
Morning,
high
you can do
service
that
at the
too.
Clippers.
Steve Ballmer, so great to have you here. Thank
Go
you.
Clippers.
Congratulations on the
Thanks,
team.
thanks.
Very exciting.
Congratulations.